Apple just announced the brand new iPhone 6, and in this video I'm going to be doing an overview of all the features that the iPhone 6 has. But first off, I'm going to talk to you about how Apple is kind of deceiving the general public. So Apple says that the iPhone 6 is going to have optical stabilization. Now of course, Apple didn't get too technical, so they didn't say how many stops of optical stabilization the iPhone 6 camera has. Was that the small iPhone 6, just the iPhone 6, I think has a 4.7-inch screen, does not have optical stabilization. But the bigger iPhone 6 Plus with the 5.5-inch screen does have optical stabilization. So even though at Apple's event they made it seem like all of the iPhone 6s are going to become equipped with this new optical stabilization where it uses the gyroscopes in the built-in phone to help make your image stabilized, from what Apple's website says, if you get the iPhone 6 it's not going to have it. So definitely keep that in mind. Now the rear-facing eyesight camera on the back of the iPhone 6 is still only 8 megapixels. Personally, I like to have a lower megapixel count on a phone because that means that each individual pixel is going to absorb more light as opposed to a 13 megapixel sensor or even a 42 megapixel sensor. In a camera that has a lot of pixels, each one of those pixels is going to be small if it has the exact same sensor size. So again, each pixel is going to absorb less light, which means that there's going to be more noise in your images. So still 8 megapixels, but a completely new sensor. So does that mean that the image quality is going to be better? Well, no, but it is going to be able to focus faster, and Apple has also said that they built in software to the Photos app, which is going to help reduce noise in the pictures. So that sounds pretty promising. Again, when I get my hands on this camera, I am going to be uploading a couple of videos showing you the video quality of this camera, and of course showing you its capability when taking stills. And of course the aperture is still stuck at f2.2, which is just like the iPhone 5S was. So despite its faster autofocusing system and a couple gimmicky features, it's basically the exact same camera since the iPhone 5S, which is basically the exact same camera from the iPhone 5, and that of course was basically the exact same camera as the iPhone 4S. There has been some differences, but relatively you have the exact same sensor size and you still have 8 megapixels, and then they've just thrown in a couple of gimmicky features along the lines to make you feel like your camera is better. Now on the video side, the iPhone 6 is able to record 1920 by 1080p video at 30p and at 60p. So now that means that you can shoot at 120 frames per second and 240 frames per second, which is going to be good for people taking a lot of sports video. Now I'm going to be talking about the front-facing selfie camera of the iPhone 6. Now yes, I did refer to it as a selfie camera because let's be honest, that's exactly what it is. So first of all, it's only 1.2 megapixels, which is absolute rubbish. I can't believe that Apple hasn't increased the megapixel count on their front-facing camera. Now I know that Apple is trying to make the phone as small as possible, and putting a wide-angle lens like this one on front is going to be somewhat challenging. But with this front-facing camera update, all they did is open up the aperture a little bit more. I think it's around half a stop. So that means that your front-facing selfies are going to be a little bit less noisy and they're going to look a little bit more clean and clear. But for those of you wondering, yes, this is the exact same camera that's been on the iPhones since the iPhone 5. I mean, if Canon increased the quality of the front-facing camera to at least 2 megapixels, then we could FaceTime in 1080p. But of course, Apple doesn't want to use that because that's going to majorly increase the bandwidth, and that's actually going to make them spend a teeny amount of money. And of course, Apple doesn't want to do that. Oh, and one more gimmicky feature that Apple does have with their front-facing camera, it has improved face detection. For those of you wondering, this improved face detection is completely in the software, but because Apple wants to leave the premium features to the new iPhones, unfortunately, those old iPhones aren't going to get this new improvement. Now at the Apple event, Apple did showcase some great looking pictures that photographers had taken using the iPhone 6. Let me just say, I was not impressed at all. But unfortunately, I can't show you them in this video because they're copyrighted. If you want to see what I'm talking about, you can just Google iPhone 6 pictures. And most likely you're going to see what they showed at the event. So do you think you're going to be happy with the iPhone 6 camera? I'm interested to know. Make sure to leave me a comment and tell me if you are interested in the iPhone 6 camera or not. Despite all my complaints about the iPhone 6's camera, I am still going to be picking up an iPhone 6 the day it comes out. But I'm going to leave the picture taking to my Canon 60D and my 24-105mm f4 lens. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below, and of course subscribe to my channel because then you'll be notified when I release new videos to my YouTube channel. Again, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.